The COVID-19 pandemic has really taken a pounding on the education sector. For more than a year now, we have to contend with this crisis. And we can see that for the students, maybe more than a year, they've been in between of face-to-face lessons, online learning, as well as not attending school at all. And for us tutors, we have been in and out of job. It hasn't been easy. Some of us have to switch from home tuition to online tutoring or pick up a new skill. So in this video, we will be talking about how to prepare yourself for the post-pandemic era. So stay tuned. So in this video, I'll be talking about 5 tips. It might seem quite basic, but it is paramount that we observe these tips so that we are able to prepare well for the post-pandemic era. The first tip is to be alert. We need to stay alert. We have survived the pandemic for more than a year now for many of us. Many of us are not infected by the COVID-19 infection, but at the same time, some of us might get pandemic fatigue. We might think that we are immune to the disease, get infected. So it is important for us to stay alert and to continue to observe all the SOPs in terms of social distancing, the wearing of masks, and the frequent washing of hands. So these basic ways will protect us from the virus because we want to come out strong as a tutor post-pandemic era. Point number 2 is in terms of the food. Not much is being emphasized on the importance of strengthening our immune system. We read in the news there are so many things that we need to do in order to avoid the virus, but we need to focus on strengthening our immune system as a protective coat. So that means that we need to eat food that is rich in vitamin C, D, E, iron, zinc, protein, and selenium. At the same time, it is important for us to adopt a healthy diet. Me and my wife, actually, we are on a ketogenic diet as well as intermittent fasting, and it has really worked wonders for us. So whatever diet that you are on, as long as it is healthy, and it is good to spend more time or more money on nutritious food. We can think of it as a good investment for the future. As long as we are eating healthy, we are feeling good, we have a good health and well-being. So that can really does a lot to help us to perform well as a private tutor. Point number 3 has to do with the other points as well, which is we need to sleep and exercise as well. When we sleep well, we get to strengthen our immune system, we get to repair our body as well as regenerate. So that is a very good thing, isn't it? How about exercise? Many of us probably has been doing online tutoring, and it is a bit like a sedentary lifestyle, isn't it? You're at home, you're sitting most of the time. So we have to do exercise in order to loosen our bones and muscles. We need to do the stretching, and it is good. We do our stretching every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday a week. And some of us may not have time. So if we don't have time, we are quite busy with different things, probably we can spend less time exercising. How about trying HIIT, which is high intensity interval training? We find that really good, and you can check out in Google or YouTube what it is all about. It can really save you a lot of time as well as giving you a really good workout. Point number 4 is to be flexible. Because after when the whole COVID-19 has been controlled and we are allowed to get out of our home and we can engage in face-to-face learning and so forth, we have to be ready because the virus might strike anytime and the problem might get overwhelming again. So we need to be flexible to be able to switch from face-to-face learning to online tutoring and that will assure our income is not being interfered, you see. So that means that if some of us is doing home tutoring at the moment, if we are in countries that is allowed to do so, then we might learn how to be an online tutor, because you never know what will happen in the future. So that means that we need to know what sort of technology is involved to conduct our lessons online. I have many videos to do with online tutoring. Feel free to venture into it, and hope you can subscribe and share to others as well. We need to keep really strong mentally, as well as physically and emotionally, because we have to face a lot of challenges in terms of the student. When we look at the student, poor thing, they have been cooped up at home all this time. They may not be able to go out to play or see their friends because of the pandemic. So they may be emotionally stressed. So we need to be more patient, we need to show empathy, and we need to be understanding to encourage these children. So that's why it's important for us to remain physically, mentally, and emotionally strong. And point number 5 is to be positive. Too many bad news is around. We look at the news, all the bad news, and the students may be worried about how they are going to catch up with the academic year, with their academic curriculum and so forth. They might miss out on a lot of face-to-face lessons. So we can try, or we can choose to focus on the positive, what we can do now to help them to advance further and to create a positive vibe, a positive energy, so that they can be able to do well in their upcoming exams, whether small or big exams. So there's lots of money to be made in this industry. The tutoring business is a fantastic business, and hopefully all of us will continue to strive, be consistent and be persistent in order to get students, and for sure we'll be able to go through this pandemic together. Thank you very much for your viewing, and see you in the next video.